Welcome back, everybody. All right, so let's go ahead and let's simply model a lamp here. I'm going to go ahead and going to delete this here. And one of the things that lamps do is that they tend to be more spherical than cube-like. So let's go add in a cylinder here. I'm going to scale that down on the z-axis, something like that, and scale it down a little bit more. And I'll just move it in there. Something like that, and we'll just move it down like that. By the way, I start off, like if you add in a cylinder, you see that we have 100 vertices here. Usually that starts off with 32, and 32 is fine here. But in this case, I'm actually just going to deal with 100. It's going to be a little bit geometry taxing, but for now, we'll just do that here, okay? So we'll tab into edit mode, and we will select the top face, and we'll simply move that up. Alright, and it's pretty straightforward. What we're going to do is we're going to do that here, and we're going to simply scale it out, just like that here. We're going to extrude it again, extrude it again, extrude it again, extrude it again, maybe a few times. Okay, and we'll extrude it again, and we'll scale this in. Extrude it again, scale it in, extrude it again, scale it in. Pushing S, by the way. Extrude again, scale it in, 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 and maybe one more time. Extrude again and scale it in. Okay, so pretty taxing geometry-wise. One thing that we can do, and the reason why we did all these extrudes here, is we could have in theory did all of this all at once here. But it's good to have, sometimes it's good to have an extra bit of geometry there. Okay, and we'll simply just put this up just like that. Okay, so I'll tab out of that, and that actually looks pretty cool. Not too bad, actually. Okay, let's go ahead and let's add in another cylinder. And this one's going to be actually really simple. Now, by the way, if you're into 3D printing, simple is really good because you, depending on how sensitive your 3D printer is, you want to make sure how sensitive your 3D printer is. You want to make sure that you get the best quality possible. Always, just in general, the design, if you can make something simpler, it's a lot better. Okay, let's line this up here. We'll just go and we'll simply move that over more like that. Perfect. Okay, so now here, this kind of looks like a cool lamp. It's a little bottom heavy, so it's kind of ugly. So let's take to the bottom here. Just face select, of course, and we'll just simply move this out here. For whatever reason, as soon as you do that, it makes it look a lot better. Okay, let's tab back into object mode, and we can simply move that down as little or as much as we want. And I think that's probably good here. Okay, now if we really want to, we can move this up, but I actually like it just like that. If anything, we could probably even move it in here. And there we go. We have a nice little lamp there. Now let's now the one thing is about this is if we add in a subsurf modifier. All right, I mean that just completely ruins it, doesn't it? So you don't want to do it unless you can do it. And if we add in a subsurf modifier here, you can see that it also kind of ruins it too. So if you don't like this kind of aesthetic here, then you should definitely make it the cylinder more detailed. Now, as kind of a quote-unquote cheat, you can add in a cylinder, but if you've seen lamps, they kind of have different, like they have different wires going down from the top. Let's just make it 10. Okay, actually, let's make it 8. Make it an octagon. Now, we could do the same thing here. You can kind of scale it down. Push 7 on the numpad. Right. And then, it looks kind of cool. But when we tab into and just make this bigger here, this is an easy way. This actually looks pretty good, right? And even though it's simple, it's believable, right? You can have a round one, or you can have, an octagonal one. I think it looks pretty good. I'll see you guys in the next tutorial.